What again? You didn't hear what I said, did you?
What?
I said you want to play a game.
What?
We're gonna be here a while. A jelly bean game.
Oh no, I'm straight.
Why? You played it?
Yeah.
Venom. That shit gross. Main base for operations is at Peshawar. You'll find most of mine circled there. First in line is Fawad Mansour, former Al-Shabaab militant. How many targets are you vetting? Your country or worldwide? Both. Venom. 6. Agent Gibbs, and Agent Genoso's calling for you on the BTC. Take the call. I can handle this. Not anything, Commissioner. If Parsa stops talking, he might not start again. We can't risk missing out on the intel. He's in handcuffs, nursing a gunshot wound, and there's an armed guard. I'm not leaving you alone with him. Final move on the chessboard. Let me do this, please. If he sneezes, shoot him. You can ask questions later. This connection must be bad. It sounded
This
like
nigga
you had
stalling already.
He is. I'm not the only one who
He
finds that
beat me
strange.
like 5 times in a
Take
row.
one, let's go. You called me with a lead right now. Well, have you tracked down financial backers funding Parsons' operation? I did. And guess what, Gibbs? Half of Parsons' bankroll came from 2 government-contracted U.S. corporations. I already briefed Vance. He's updating SecNet. Boss, we had a bigger problem. I just decrypted a file that was a catalog for surveillance photos, date and timestamp over the last 2 years. What's the target? It's not what. Who? Not contain hormones. Oralism may cause suicidal thoughts or actions. It may also cause bone loss. Ask your gynecologist if Oralism is right for you. Oralism, made for endopain. Beauty editors have tried everything in search of a whiter smile. Their choice, Crest 3D White Strips. Our exclusive whitening formulation safely whitens 25 times better for a noticeably whiter smile. Trust America's #1 whitening treatment, Crest 3D White Strips. Clearing your alarm clock with ZzzQuil Cures Ease. A drug-free blend of botanicals with melatonin that supports your natural sleep cycle, so you can seize the morning. ZzzQuil Cures Ease. We need a better mom. That worked. That is a bad one. Where did I go? Not good. Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network. That plus 4 lines with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back. No more resting Christmas. How's this thing? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost. Super reliable, super
But
fast
damn, shit wasn't
nationwide
even on.
network. Here. What's that? It's Tic Tac Toe.
Oh, got flash. This shit on? Mayday.
Refreshing, delicious, fun. Tic Tac Toe. We'd love some help with laundry. Here's how you do it. Spray and scrub anything with a stain to soak your nasty jersey. It stinks. Wash the really dirty clothes separately. Remember, hard work builds character. New Tide Pods with upgraded 4-in-1 technology unleash a foolproof clean in one step. Oh, you did the laundry. But you didn't fold it. Oh, that wasn't in the note. Should have sent a text.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded at the goal line. Spinning away. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And some room to maneuver. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They're going to look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Justin Houston. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long.
Here we go! 190! 190! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Blue 43!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And an alley to run. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
Back to throw here. Caught by Nelson left side. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback. that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis.
Caught you slipping, caught you slipping.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona.
Happy birthday. Best stepmother a girl could have.
Touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He rifles one, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Madness! Madness! Beeville! Beeville!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit the tackle to Kylie Fitz, the former Utah Ute.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Beeville! Beeville!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a handoff. Johnson. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back here right after this. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Looking to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep. Over. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So here's Greg Zuerlein now, as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Come on.
Almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's their quarterback, 33 yards.
Let's go.
And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll fight it in over the middle. It's Washington. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Hassan Reddick in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
He may try and run for this. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
I want to do no talking.
They'll go with the keeper, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Nelson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their players.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Ohio! Ohio!
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Flex round!
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short.
And now here is another interception.
Oh, you went the wrong way.
Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Alaska! Alaska! Mathis! Mathis!
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this out past the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play on third down for the Cardinals. 48 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Rocket! Rocket! Mathis! Mathis!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, watch it, watch it! Beeville! Beeville! Rocket! Rocket! 48 Mike! 48 Mike!
And finding the tight end Hooper. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for two. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. All the way in and tuck it away.
Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh,
my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just touched about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. On the give, this is Dixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I got it. Hut, hut! Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Madness! 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Hut, hut.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dumping it off for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff for Dixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cards, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
That's awful. I'm so sorry. He had me, though.